everybody, and welcome to Dream Chasers. I'm your host, Watchin, and I'm so excited about our guest today because not only is she a dream chaser, but she's a dream chaser who's still in college. Yes, people, you can still go to school and pursue the passions that you have outside of the classroom. So please join me in welcoming Miss Syreeta Gates. Syreeta, welcome.
I think because I had already had some real life experience, I almost wanted to drop out of school every semester.
Syreeta.
Like and I was picking my own classes, but I just didn't want to be in school because
You want to be out in the world doing.
Yeah, I was already doing that. So to come back in school and to take classes that I could possibly teach was really frustrating, extremely.
So what kept you? Knowing that your grandma did it with a family?
That, and I just have to bust it out. Like, it's certain things, like the point I'm at in my life now, I just have to finish school. I'm tired of complaining about it. I'm just tired. Like, I'm just tired of going through the school process, so I'm just gonna finish. What's interesting about History Meets Hip Hop, it kind of was brewing before the opportunity presented itself.
Okay.
So last year, was it last year? Last year, this guy named Tony Wagner, who's a Harvard professor, educator, was writing a book called Creating Innovators, and I'm featured in the book. And I realized
fancy, huh?
A little fancy. I realized as I was watching the videos, I was talking about the things I was passionate about. I was like, and I like creating, I like bridging the gaps between, history and hip hop, and wasn't really thinking about it by any means. And then December, one of my mentors, Esther Armour, she gave me the opportunity to have a segment on her show called Wake Up Call on WBAI.
Okay.
So I have a show every Thursday, WBAI, from in between 7:30 and 8 a.m. on Thursdays. I think that people should hurry up and fail. So if you want to call whoever, hurry up and call them. Because if they say no, you just get that out the way. But if they say yes, it just expedites wherever you want to be.
So in talking about where you want to be, where do you want to be when you're 27 and old? No, I'm kidding. But where do you want this to go? What for you is your measure of success at this point?
Wow, that is real. That's a real question.
So what are some things that you've accomplished that you feel like you're extremely proud of, and you can say, yes, in a very humble way, I did that?
Absolutely. So Oprah winking at me. And winking is probably the most, like, how do you know she's really winking at you, right? Because it's not like she was sitting where you're sitting. But I thought that was
pretty dope.
Yeah. Me getting featured in Tony Wagner's book, Creating Innovators, was really dope.
Okay.
Ralph Lauren offering me a job was really cool. Being able to facilitate and create History Meets Hip Hop.
So there's a kid somewhere in America watching this, whether they're super rich or they are, not as rich in a smaller, community. What are 3 tangible things that they can do to get started if they decide that what you're doing is what they want to do?
Great question. So the first thing I would say is reach out to me.
Okay. Where would they do that?
SyreetaGates.com.
Okay.
Do that. The second thing I would suggest is write out the things that you're passionate about and figure out one thing that is like the underlining to all of these things.
Okay.
Right? The third thing I would say is do your homework, because I'm sure I'm not the only person that they probably think is dope. Do your homework on other people.
Okay.
Kind of have it like for research and development. But also look at, like, we've seen what it looks like in terms of like success, but look at the challenges that they have had and how they have overcome those things.
Okay.
And apply that to, your life.
Next on Dream Chasers.
I knew I couldn't make any money off of working there, so I also worked at Express on 18th and Fifth.
So you had 2 jobs after.
Yes. And so I would go work there when I wasn't at Women's Career Daily, and I was folding knits, but the dream was still alive. I couldn't best believe. I'd still be working. I'm like, I'm gonna work 3 times. I'm gonna do this for both. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do that. Like, it was still, it was still a big part of like what I wanted to do.
Keep watching the dreams unfold at butnowwhat.com. Stay tuned.